Hi, my rays of light, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a psychic reading on Prince William and Kate Middleton, also known as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. And so I've done one before on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And so now I'm going to be doing a reading because this has been requested, and I also am very intrigued to see what Spirit has to say about Prince William and Kate Middleton, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. So, as we all know, Meghan has just given birth to a baby boy. For those of you that have not listened to that reading, I did predict on that reading that she would be having a boy, and it actually did come to fruition. And I'm so ecstatic for them and so happy for the royal family. I feel like this is a new breath of, a new breath of life. It's a fresh perspective for Meghan and Prince Harry. And I will say this, that the relationship between them and the relationship that Prince William has with Kate Middleton is way different than what Harry has with Meghan. So I'm going to focus in giving you the tea, what I see for Kate and William. When I get into both of them, I want to say that they are very much way different than most of the royals. When it came into Kate, I feel that she blended in. She was accepted because of her color of skin. I'm just going to say that, of her race and her background. She was an American. So, being the fact that she was not American, she was accepted into the royal family, so to speak, with open arms. There was a lot of scrutiny whether or not she would, kind of mesh well with, the royal family, and would this marriage really last between the two. But Spirit is saying that she has proven, obviously, with having her children with him, that the marriage is lasting. It's standing the test of time. However, what we see here is two beautiful people, two beautiful souls, and there are, smiling, and they're, posing for the cameras. This is only one facet that we see to them. Behind, in privacy, I feel like it's quite different. In this relationship, I do feel like William took after Charles, his father, and so he didn't take after Diana, and I feel like Harry took after Diana, and that's why there's such a difference between his demeanor and Harry's demeanor. There's two different people almost, the way that they are. I never said this before, but I actually feel like, this may sound crazy, that actually Prince Harry was not Charles' son again. But again, I don't know if people will. I've always said that to myself. I feel like they're not. Well, one of them, Prince Harry, is not Charles' son. But I will say this, when it gets into Kate Middleton and Prince William, I don't see that their relationship is picture perfect. Yes, they have a beautiful family. Yes, they're very loving to the public. But behind the scenes, I feel like there is definitely going to be some changes in the next couple of years. There is going to be a lot of strain. Whether or not this family will be able to keep it together, we will have to see. I feel like he's going to follow into his father's footsteps in many ways. One of these would be the fidelity that he would have to Kate in this relationship. And so I feel like after time, Kate is going to get bored. She is going to kind of look at the perspective, of her life, and she's dedicated a lot of her youth to raising her children, and I don't feel like she had enough time to kind of do anything else, even though, she did get to live and do, her own things prior to marrying Prince William. But I just feel like there's a lot of changes and things that their children, raising them is going to add extra pressure into the royal family. And there's a lot of pressure right now because people are putting Prince William and Kate against Harry and Meghan and comparing the two. Is there really a rivalry? deep down, I really do feel like there is a rivalry, and that's what I get from a psychic perspective, that there would be some kind of rivalry between both. But for, the sake of the family, they're going to keep it very, um, you know, mellow, dramatic, and kind of, behind the scenes is when you probably would catch them, saying this or that. But I feel like for the most part, it's just like a temporary thing, and there really isn't bad blood between both families, Even I say both families because I'm talking about Prince William and Kate, and then I'm talking about Prince Harry and Meghan. But I do feel like there is definitely some, there's some tension, and I think it stems from more from the social media and media in general, that they are putting the two against each other, and that's always going to happen when you have two brothers that are part of the royal family. They have brides now, they have wives, and they are part of the family. They're always going to put, and nitpick people, according to someone that they already have, and that kind of compare them to them. But yeah, I feel like Kate is very strong-willed, and she is not going to be very happy, knowing that Prince William could actually, there could be some questions around his loyalty to her, because I do feel like there will be other women, and I will say that, that come around and that are a temptation, and it's really a very sad thing because of the fact that she has given him children and future generations to the throne, to the family. I also get that there would be a big scandal that's going to be happening in the royal family over the next 2 years or so. This could be a very big headline, some truths that are exposed again around Kate and Prince William, that are alluding to the fact that things are not peaches and cream. They're not perfect as we know, or as it is being shown in the media. Just like Meghan and Harry, these two love to keep things private. And so they are going to keep a lot of their life more private, away from people, because again, when you start, going into in front of the camera and going, to the public, there's a lot of scrutiny, and there's people that love Kate. They love Kate and William, and they don't like Harry, and they don't like Meghan, especially Meghan, because of her being American, and then also being mixed and marrying into the royal family, And even though we say that racism is not an issue today, it is very prevalent in the royal family. And I don't feel like every single person per se is, racist against Meghan, but there are maybe one person, a female, that is much older, and it's not the queen that I'm referencing, that would have issues with Meghan. And I'll just leave it at that. So I know that a lot of people are, when they listen to my psychic readings, they're always like, well, you just kind of beat around the bush, or you don't give us exactly, the exact name or things, that this is going to. But for my safety and for my respect for the people that I'm reading online, this is a royal family, just like celebrities. They have, feelings, they have their own entitlement to privacy. I'm not going to air dirty laundry on air. I'm not going to be that psychic, because there's a lot of psychics out there that have their own YouTube channel and that do that, and they just kind of judge other people and their readings. And you could say that they are keeping it real, but when you come to even your private readings, it's all about delivery and intent and the energy that you're putting behind it. If you're making someone feel ugly about themselves, or you're putting things out there that are making someone walk away, feeling like they were just insulted, and exposed, or whatever you want to call it. It's just not it's not right from a ethical perspective. So again, I just give you what I am allowed to give from spirit, and I kind of hold back on certain things that I do see, like names and specifics on a lot of things. But you kind of will get the gist throughout my readings if you are listening to them. But going back to Prince William and Kate Middleton, There are going to be changes in the family. I also feel like there is a health issue that is coming up among one of the children, one of their children, and I feel like this is maybe one of the oldest son. I believe it was their son. I can't remember his name offhand, but um, yeah, there's going to be something about kind of focus on him and how he deals with things. And I feel like the children themselves are going to grow up very fast in this royal family, and they are going to do a lot more different than their parents. And I feel like since we are talking about generational changes, there's big changes on the way for the royal family after the queen would pass someday. I do feel whoever will take the throne will definitely be instituting new policies, and there's going to be a big change in Britain, in the UK. There's going to be a big change in the royal family and the bloodlines, and some people may not like it, but I feel like there's going to be more liberty into what they can do and where they can live, etc. So, again, there's going to be some changes in the family. Will, Kate and William separate? That's the question I think a lot of people want to know. Or will they stay together? I feel like they're going to stay together, and especially Kate, even if she's unhappy, because, again, she is that picture perfect wife that, that's the image, and she loves her children, and that's not fake. She does love her children and her family. And so she's going to do anything to protect the family and be graceful while ruling, while having her power that she has. But there is going to be problems, and that just comes with this lifestyle. And again, I feel like it's a pattern with some of the men in the royal family, that they may not be as loyal. And I'm not putting Prince William down or saying that he's a cheater, or that he's going to cheat, but again, this is what I'm seeing from a perspective. So I'm not confirming that he has or hasn't right now. I honestly don't feel like he has. I feel like he's very loyal to her. But as time progresses and people age and we go through midlife crisis and we go through, changes, people start reflecting upon their life. And sometimes there is a lot of temptation, being that, you're a person of power and you go and travel places with your bride, your wife, or you go by yourself. And again, he will be faced with a lot of temptations, and those will serve to show us and show the world how loyal he is to Kate. But when I get into it, there are fights, there are arguments, and I feel like he's putting his foot down. I don't feel like Prince William is someone that is like a pushover. So when it comes to his way, it's going to be his way, whether anyone likes it or not. And that's what I just get from him. He's not as nice as Prince Harry, and I'm just saying it. People can bash me and saying that I'm disrespecting him. I'm not. I'm just not going to sugarcoat it. I don't sugarcoat anything in my readings, and I just don't feel like he's a very, very nice person, so to speak. With the way that he perceives people and the way that he looks at people, there is almost like this objectivity. There is this this criticism of people, and I don't feel like he can relate to the public, to the British people, on the same level as his ancestors have been able to, such as the beautiful Queen Elizabeth. I don't feel like he will be able to do that on a great level. Now, when we take into consideration Prince Harry and Meghan, I feel like Prince Harry is definitely a people's person. He's Princess Diana's epitome of her. He took after her in so many ways, and so he has that generosity. He has that elegance, that natural rapport with the people. And I feel like even though he grew up in the royal family, he is not afraid to show compassion to people and to do great deeds and acts of kindness for the public. I'm not saying that Prince William and Kate have not done that, because they most certainly have, and they will continue to do things for the public and help people in Britain and around the world and do humanitarian things. However, um, a lot of this is more of Kate. She's more of the giver and more of the person that really is just, very giving and selfless. But when it comes to Prince William, I don't feel like he's the same. And he cannot relate to a lot of the things that are going on. So there is this disassociation that he has, this disconnect from people and understanding a lot of things that are going on. He's more of like a militant, kind of like a hard ruler, either his way or no way at all. And as you know, we've seen him grow up after Princess Diana's death. We've seen him grow up in the public eye. We only see the version that we see here. But as he gets older, he's definitely going to change. I feel like he's not even, when it comes to his personality and his beliefs, it's a little different than from his father and from the queen right now. And so, again, there's going to be, and a lot of people that are listening are going to say, well, Ray, they're, I mean, he's not his father. He's not the queen, he's not his grandmother. There's definitely going to be, he's going to have his own mindset and stuff. And I totally get that, but that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to more of his soul, his heart. And so, I feel it's like, there's going to be a period where we may see them, kind of withdraw and give more of the spotlight to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and, the other Duke and Duchess. However, the family life, like I said, there is not good. And I'm not talking about just Prince William and Kate, but the whole royal family. Things are not good. I feel like there's a lot of health issues right now with the queen. Over the next 2 years, we will continue to see her health decline. I feel like right now they're trying to keep that a little bit more hush. Mentally, she seems to be there, but there could be some signs of, dementia, things like that, that are setting in and that are subtle, that the royal family, are noticing. Again, so, but that she is being treated with the best doctors, the medicines, etc. Um, but when I get into the family, there's a lot of, with William and Kate, there's a lot of lies and deceit that is not being said that will be coming out, I feel. And this is going to be some of the scandals and the tabloids. So not all the tabloids that are out there are lies. Now, some of them are, but there's going to be some leaks of information, and from people that work the in the royal family could actually be leaking some of this information out. And I know that they may sign some kind of disclosure or have some kind of agreement on a royal agreement. I'm not familiar with the royal family's policies, but again, this is what I'm seeing for these two. So I don't see separation, but I see that this will not be a very pleasant road for Kate and William. There's definitely going to be problems and issues, and I feel that this is going to change Kate on a deep, deep level, where she will be losing a lot of that happiness that she has experienced in the past. It's going to make her more stronger, definitely, and there's definitely a lesson behind this, and the lesson is to kind of master these cycles that she's going to be going through, regarding, insecurities that she may already have, or thoughts about Prince William. Now, I'm not saying that she suspects that he would be unfaithful to her, but again, I do feel like there will be another lady that may bear his child. And then just say that. Yes, I do feel like he will have a child outside of the marriage, and an affair with a very attractive lady. Could be a model. And I just will say that. So again, this is salacious. It's very much future oriented. But again, we will have to keep a very close eye on this family, and on these two beautiful souls here that we see on the screen. And know that, no person has a perfect relationship. There are always going to be issues that come up, regardless if you're happily married or not. However, it's going to be quite a roller coaster for these two, and that's what I see from a psychic perspective. And there is also something about, and I'll just end the reading on this. There is something about an addiction, and this could be like money being lost, either betting on, something, in horses or etc. But there's some kind of gambling, some kind of addiction again that's being mentioned. And again, I don't feel like this is Kate, but more maybe with Prince William that has to be watched. It's some kind of bad habit, something that he is doing definitely needs to be watched because again, there's going to be changes that are going to affect her and the children for that matter. So again, this is what I see, and this is the reading for Prince William and Kate Middleton, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to book a private psychic reading with me at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Psychic Medium Ray. Blessings and love and light wherever you are in the world.